Uh-huh. I see you have found your way to the best Magic the Gathering Deck Tech video channel on the internet. And I'm sure Bram will be talking a lot about me in this video, because this deck is about birds. And I can do this.
Hello back, kitchen table wizards and deck brewers from all over the world. A lot of us have to stay inside at the moment, and what do you do when you are inside? You brew decks and you play Magic. In the early days of my casual MTG deck tech, I already talked a lot about the card, the River Hoopoe. It is my favorite bird card out there, but I talked already so much about it in my infinite mana combo deck list that I decided not to include him in today's list. But shh, please don't tell him. He has a bit of a sensitive and big ego, so don't tell him.
What? I am not in this video? How it is possible? Sacre bleu!
So today's deck is a fun, flavorful and easy to play birds deck that even a beginner Magic player can enjoy. The deck costs around 15 euros or $20, and I put the complete list in the description below, so check it out after the video if you want to build it yourself. I do want to thank our friends at Cardmarket for supporting these videos, and if you are looking for hens, hawks or hoopoes, then you will find them on cardmarket.com, Europe's biggest platform to buy and sell Magic cards. Now at the end of the video I'm going to do a little bit special. I'm going to do a quiz with obscure bird tribal cards. Make sure to watch till the end so you can participate at the quiz and tell me how you do in the comments below, and you might also win a 10 euro voucher. The winner of this week's voucher is the Marie de Neuromancer. I'm sure I butchered that name, but you can look in the description, find me on Cardmarket, send me a private message, and I will make sure you'll get your promotion code for your 10 euros. Also, don't forget to give this video a like. When I get to 100 likes, I will make a deck about assassins. Okay, enough rambling. Let's find out what this crazy loon did for you, happy larks. There are some spicy birds in this one, some spicy cards. Let's head into the deck. As always, we pay tribute to the basic land, because you know by now that showing up with stylish and some flavorful basic lands is essential if you want to be a cool Magic dude like me. I've chosen this beautiful island of John Avon, including a bunch of birds, and some more birds could also be found on this plane by Fred Fields. I play 7 of each. I also play 1 Irrigated Farm, an Azorius Chancery and 2 Prairie streams. More color fixing is available in the 3 Evolving Wilds, and Unclaimed Territory also helps to get the right colors for our 26 birds. And if you are a connoisseur of bird tribal, you might already know this land from the Onslaught block, and that's a really long time ago. It's called Seaside Haven. It comes into play untapped and you can draw a bunch of cards with it. It is by far the best land I could find for this deck, and at the time of this video I found a few online on Cardmarket for about 50 cents. More bird-like mana fixing is found in the form of the following artifact, the Azorius Keyrune. It's a handy mana stick that turns into a bird. Ta-da! The absolute best card in this deck is without a doubt, the Soul Catcher's Eyrie. This enchantment gets a counter for each bird that will be dead as a dodo. And when your odd bird of an opponent decided to sweep your flock of birds...
Wow, Bram, you are on fire today.
Yeah, I know, Camilla. I need to do my best to get some spoiler cards for new magic sets from Wizards of the Coast now, of course.
I am as proud as a peacock of you.
No, thank you. You know, I'm starting to like you. It took some time, but I'm starting to like you. This deck isn't super aggressive and has a lot of 3-drops. So that's why starting with a tapped land in your opening turn isn't that bad of a play. Now let's see which feathered friends we have in this deck. I play 2 healer hawks, and these hawks are often not a 1/1, and so the lifelink will be pretty useful. The Judge's Familiar also works well with the Soul Catcher's Eyrie, as you can use him to boost your team as a combat trick. I play 1 4-off in this deck, and this is the Squadron Hawk. It's a 1/1 flyer that searches you for another bird. An awesome card, and I'm always happy to see this in my opening 7. Next up is the Soul Catcher. It comes straight from the Soul Catcher's Eyrie and is a bird that will get bigger when other dodos die. The Augury Owl, on the other hand, is a 1/1 that scries for 3 when it enters the battlefield. Next we play a lot of 3-drops. I play 3 Imperial Eagles to boost our Air Force, and 3 Warden of Evo's Isle to make our Air Force cheaper. The Aven Mimeo monster gives our little bird kids,
but an injustice it is,
like the Healer Hawk or the Squadron Hawk, some extra power. And also works really well with the Aven Sunstriker, as this has double strike. Arctic Aven is a great card as well, as you will almost always get power 3 in the air when you play it, and the option to add lifelink is also very powerful. 2 tricky ghetto birds with flash are the Nimble Obstructionist and the Aven Mind Sensor. The Sawtooth Loon works very well with the Mistraven for card selection, because both cards can bounce each other all the time. The High Sentinels of Arashin, on the other hand, was a bomb in Limited and even saw some constructed play. So a really powerful bird. Skymark Rock has a nice aggressive ability that makes blocking hard, and it's also a 3/3 flyer. I do play 1 5-drop. Of course I need to include 1 Wingmate Rock. The Wingmate Rock brings along another bird when you are at the offense. And the last bird you might not expect, maybe you never even heard of it, but I was never disappointed when I played him. It's called the Wind Brisk Raptor, and our big bird here is a 5/7 flying, and it gives all our attacking creatures lifelink. Now let's head into the non-creature spells. First off is the Migratory Route. This sorcery helps you with mana, or it could also give you 4 birds. We stay in flavor with the Winged Words. And if this bird isn't stealing your scrolls, it will draw you 2 cards for 2 mana. Next up is another obscure card from Onslaught, I believe. It's called Airborne 8. I played 2 of them. It costs 4 mana and you draw a card for each bird in play.
Wow!
And let me tell you, I have drawn a lot of cards with this one. Next up is a Cleansing Nova. Now you might think, Bram, why are you playing a mass removal spell? Well, I like to have 2 options. Sometimes this deck plays very aggressively with 1, 2 and 3 drops. You like to curve out and be aggressive. But sometimes you play a little bit slow and then you start with maybe a bird and then a Soul Catcher's Eyrie. And then it's really useful to have the Cleansing Nova to swipe your opponent's kill a few birds and then make your own birds a lot stronger. And of course, it's also a card that destroys artifacts and enchantments. I play 2 instants in this deck. The first one is the Azorius Charm. It's just a very flexible card in the deck, not really a very flavorful card, I admit. But it can give your creatures lifelink, or it can draw you a card, or it can be a little bit of a defensive card. So a great instant for the deck for 2 mana. The next one I put in only for flavor purposes, because on a farm and on a market there are a lot of birds, and on a farm apparently you can destroy target attacking or blocking creature, and in a market you can draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. Not really seeing how one relates to the other, but well, anyway. So this was the deck, and after the power rankings and the metagame review we are going into our quiz, so stay put. The deck maybe looks simple, but it is quite powerful, especially because all your creatures have evasion. It's not really complex to play, so it's really suitable for a beginner player, but if you're an experienced player, you will also enjoy playing with it because it has some nice tricks as well. It's a very consistent deck and it usually plays more on the offense than on the defense, but there is 1 Cleansing Nova in it and a few removal spells. So depending on your starting hand, you will decide if you will go directly on the offense or play a little bit defensive with some lifelink creatures and a Soul Catcher's Eyrie. Personally, I find this a fun and flavorful deck to play, and it definitely is value for its money, as it will only cost you about 15 euros or $20 to buy. Now let's head into the metagame review. I like the deck most against creature decks, maybe a little bit more against aggressive decks than against mid-range decks, because mid-range decks sometimes have more answers to creatures than aggressive decks. The deck is a little bit less powerful against control decks, but the Soul Catcher's Eyrie and also the Squadron Hawk are some good cards against control. And against combo decks, the deck is not that good because it just lacks a lot of cards to deal with a potential combo. Now let's head into the maybe board. No, wait. Today we are going to do something special. We are going to do the slightly obscure bird tribal quiz, where we're going to show you an image first, then a set symbol, and then we'll show you the card. So you can guess if you know which slightly obscure bird tribal card we are talking about. And maybe you'll also learn to know a few new obscure cards as well by doing so. And of course, when the video is over, leave a comment below and let us know how you did in this quiz.
Slightly obscure which bird tribal card it is, quiz.
Okay, let's start with this one. He looks a bit aggressive. He apparently doesn't like spears. It's a legendary bird called Lieutenant Kirtar. Next up is an owl. Can you guess which set symbol this is? It's the Rime Feather Owl from Cold Snap. It can get huge, and if you like to play snow decks, you can definitely include it in your deck. Okay, this bird definitely took the wrong pills or something. Here's the set symbol. It's called Crook Claw Elder. And you can tap some birds to draw a card. And if you also play a wizard tribal, you can also have target creature gain flying. But especially the first ability is really good. Unfortunately, the card costs 6 mana to cast. This one is looking very serious.
Get ready! Here they come!
And you might remember which set symbol this was, because it was already in the video. It's the Aven Brigadier. For 6 mana you get a 5/3 which buffs all your other birds and also all your other soldiers. And if you saw my Stuffy Doll deck, you might know which card this is. And this is one of the set symbols that it's printed in. It's not the original. The card is called Swamps of Bryn Argol. Do check out my Stuffy Doll deck list to see how good this one is if you play it in the correct deck. Next we see 2 aggressive eagles with a pretty strange dress code. And do you remember which set symbol this is? The card is called Flurry of Wings. It's a band card, so 3 different colors. Band meaning green, white and blue. And it's an instant that says put X bird tokens into play, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So you can do it in your opponent's turn or in your own turn. Next, more eagles with wardrobe problems. And this is also not the original set symbol. The card is called Battle Screech and it gives you some bird tokens. And it also has flashback, so you can play it from your graveyard. Now this guy is surrounded with a lot of bluebirds, and this set symbol you might recognize if you're a new player. The card is called Murmuring Mystic and it's a great card in a control deck. Now this angel likes a spear, blue underwear and birds. And this is one of the set symbols where it appeared in. It's called the Amiria Angel and it has a landfall ability which creates bird tokens for you. And for 4 mana it also has some good stats. Okay, this could be a painting from Salvatore Dali, but it's not. And do you reckon this set symbol? Okay, here we go. Kenji Airy Keeper can be your bird commander card. It's quite expensive to use its ability, but all your birds can get +1/+1 for each feather counter on the Kenji Airy Keeper. So this was it. This was the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Let me know in the comments how you did, or let me know what you thought about the deck. Put in some suggestions or maybe some questions which deck you want to see. So as always, stay safe and keep it casual.
Well, now that you told me that you started to like me, can we please do cats next time?
Nope.
Wow. Nigga wants to smoke, let's go to war. Clean you up, I do the chores. Do my drip, someone gotta clean the floor. Still in the streets, fuck the law. Fuck the trunk, rather keep it in the car.